Hey YouTube, I got my battle for Wilechases tournament round 2. And I didn't have my rumble match because my opponent never talked to me or sent me a message, but I sent him playing. And this is probably gonna be my last battle with a webcam. Might not, I just got an ace card. And yeah, so let's go. I lead over to Swampert, he's on my champ. You already know what they're gonna do. Same shit over and over. Dynamic punch until they confuse us enough. So he switches for some reason, goes to Braylon. But it was a good play, I guess. Oh yeah, so I stay in because I really didn't need Swampert. So he's just a substitute as I go for Avalanche. And he goes for a Spore. Yeah, he spores me, which is like fine because it's the only thing I really want going to sleep being on my team. So I switch out and go to my Dragonite as he sets up a substitute. You know, that's what y'all do. I go for extreme speed to break this up. And he's rare and he has Stone Edge on his Breloom. Guess what happens? He gets a gay ass critical fucking hit. And that kills one of my sweepers is gone early. Which I was like, fuck this, man. And so going to Ape, I just switches and go on to Gyarados. I like to go for the safe Fire Blast because it's too early in the game to over predict the. And Fire Blast actually does a nice chunk, and I get the burn, which is like, it's kind of, I kind of deserved it because he got the crit on my Dragonite. So I switch him on to my Starmie as he goes for the Dragon Dance. And yeah, he switches out and goes into his Flygon, predicting the Thunderbolt. But yeah, so he stays in. Well, I stay in. He's going to U-turn. I can take a U-turn very, very well. And he goes into the green steel. That was a register of Earth, but it's a scissor. So I recover up and I switch and go into Rotom. And he goes for the agility, which is like, that's very cool. But I'm still faster because I'm Scarf. And Overheat will take that thing out. It will just obliterate it. So the score is 5-5. Yes, 5-5. So I switch, go into my Starmie as you go into his Heatran. And he's super subs, so I know he doesn't have HP Grass. He probably just has Toxic, Fire Blast, and Earth Power. And of course, Hydro Pump will break this up. And he goes for Earth Power. It doesn't even do half. So yeah. He switches out and goes into Flygon. And with no special attack EVs, this Hydro Pump does a hell of a lot. And I know he's gonna predict me to stay in, so I switch out and go into Dry. He knows he's gonna lock himself onto Outrage, which he does. And Outrage does shit damage, of course. And now, oh, works faster because he Scarf like all Flygons. I go for the Bison, hope for some Para Hacks. And I don't get it, but I know he's gonna switch with the Heatran, so I go for another Body Slam, praying I get the Para Hacks. Praying and hoping, and I get it, which was key because this thing was going to be a problem for me if I had that sub up. So I go back into Starmie, and he gets Para Hacks. And he just goes into Flygon at Death Fighter, I think. Yeah, he goes into Flygon at Death Fighter. And I go for Hydro Pump and just KO. And luckily for me, I've hit all Hydro Pumps this battle, which is great because I always end up missing 2 and it cost me the game a lot. So go back into my champ, my Hydro Pump, and goes for the payback, but I could live one if you didn't get max damage. Like the max damage is the one with killing me, and he gets max damage. So I was like, gay. But that's what he's gonna do. So I go back into Rotom. I go for the Shadow Ball. No, he's going to switch into Breloom. So yeah. Shadow Ball does a lot. That did a whole rack of damage. And oh, that's loud. So what happened? Oh, he went back into Heatran. Because I went for the Shadow Ball. He did nothing. And I'll go into 8, hoping I can get a sweep off right here. But I don't. And I go into Swampert. You know, hoping I wake up and break that sub. Because this thing behind the sub is freaking ridiculous. So I wake up on the first turn, thankfully, and I get the Earthquake off. And Earth Power does, and he's going to go for the Earth Power. And it does a decent amount, but I know I can take one more. So right here, I was thinking he's going to go back into Breloom. So I go for the Avalanche. And he stayed in, which is like whatever. But why didn't he go into Gyarados right here? Like, why didn't he switch into that Gyarados? But, I don't know, whatever. It's hidden, but go for Earthquake. It's gonna take it out. And yeah, so goes into my challenge, and I was like, why didn't you go into Breloom? He could have scored me and got behind a sub. But whatever, it's how he plays. He keeping up with Dino Punch, and right here I'm just gonna sweep his entire team with Thunderbolt. So that was a good game, Dinomen12. I'll move on to round 3 while Tourney. And yeah. If you know how to use an ace card, tell me, because I need help with that. Like right now, I need help with my ace card. But yeah, so GG. While it's turning round 3. So like, comment, subscribe, and BlingoX24 is out.